Hi, I'm Joel from This Century, and you're watching Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine, and I am here right now with This Century. How's it going?
Good.
You're not the entire band, but This Century.
1/3.
Yes, we are in Orlando today. Have you been checking out the city, sightseeing? No?
No, we just got here about a little over an hour ago, so we haven't really gotten to explore. But we've been here before, so I know that there's some restaurants, a pita jungle.
Okay.
Or, I mean a pita pit and like
Pita
a pizza
pit, yes.
pizza place.
Yes.
That's about the extent of my Orlando knowledge.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
We are going to start with some finished sentence for you. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now the craziest tour moment happened when?
Probably when we just had a streak of very unfortunate events. Well, I don't know. You look at that, that's more depressing than anything.
More.
Crazy.
I feel like on tour something has to happen.
Yeah.
You're in close quarters for a long period of time.
I can think of it.
Okay.
We it was actually in Florida. I forget which city, but it was a couple tours ago, and we kind of, after the night was wrapping up, we all kind of went our separate ways with different people. Some people were partying, others of us went to the hotel, and we couldn't find our drummer, Ryan. So we were starting to worry, think that maybe we should put out a missing person report.
No, it got to that point.
Yeah, so we're driving around the town, literally looking for him, laying on a park bench or something, and we didn't find him at all. Turns out he was at a friend's house, and and his phone died. So.
Man, well, that could have been a lot more crazy, but I'm glad it turned out okay.
Charge your phone, always.
That is a good moral for the story. And now your favorite YouTube viral video is... You guys watch a lot of YouTube on the road?
I try to. Viral video. I like the one that's the kitten, surprise kitten, or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one's so viral.
Charlie bit my finger. It's a classic.
Exactly, those are classic videos, and I think anything with a cat pretty much nailed it. And now, if you could join any other band for a day, it would be
Coldplay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Just to see the enormity of what they do and what that experience would be like at their level, and I could probably learn a lot from them.
The last finished sentence. One fun fact fans might not know about you is...
I don't use microwaves.
Why? There's nothing wrong with microwaves, right?
Well, that's debatable.
Oh no! Okay, so this is kind of a serious thing. Wait, why? No, I really want to know.
I won't bore you.
Okay, no. Another day, another interview.
Yeah.
No, but we got to talk about your music a little bit. For anybody who does not know This Century yet, what is the #1 thing you want them to know about the band and your music?
That we love them so much, and one thing about our music. No, I just that we hope that it's a positive experience for them, and because that's what we strive for, and that whether it's listening to the CD or coming to a show, that we would kind of help them forget about the crap that went on that day for a little while.
Yeah, I know you guys really do have such uplifting music and fun music that I guess for anybody, it is just a good time to get away and listen to your music a little bit. Yeah, and your album Biography of Heartbreak is out right now. Yes, it is out on iTunes. And I heard in another interview that it was a really different recording process from your last album. So in what ways? What did you guys do differently this time around?
I mean, it was literally everything differently. The first record was on a Warner Brothers Records we were with at the time, and they sent us out to California for about 2 months to write and record the record. So we had this allotted amount of time that we were kind of limited to. And that was it. So we kind of had to, there was a deadline and everything like that. So I don't know. I mean, it was that, and then there's always people that you kind of have to report to when you're on a record label.
Right.
So this time around with Biography of Heartbreak, we weren't unsigned, or we weren't signed. I'm sorry, we were independent, and we gave ourselves like a year maybe to do the record.
Yeah.
So
that's good though.
We took a lot of time to write a lot of songs and narrow it down to I don't even remember the number, 13 or 14 that we did or something. And so yeah, I mean, I liked it that way. I prefer it that way just because it gave us a lot of time to really think about what we had written and what we wanted to say, and make sure that we were putting out the best possible music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it was very different, and then just the whole more electronic aspect of it, of the sound. Sound of Fire, our first record, was very rock, very band sounding.
Yeah, I noticed that difference right away.
And Biography of Heartbreak was kind of the opposite. I mean, it still sounds like a band, but I don't know. It's just a different sound that we hadn't explored before. So. Yeah.
And how did you guys decide on the album title? What's the significance behind that?
We basically, Sean and I realized that we had been writing a lot of songs about relationships, and the ups and downs and all that fun stuff that happens when you're in a relationship and it goes south.
Yeah.
So we had just both come out of some pretty long, serious relationships, and yeah, so we were, I mean, naturally that was kind of what was fueling the writing process. And so yeah, I mean, we just kind of took a look back at the songs and realized, wow, we're writing a lot of relationships.
But you were mentioning that it is a very poppy album compared to your last one. So what kind of stuff were you listening to, or what was influencing your sound that made it so different?
I mean, we kind of for a while had a phase where we were very fascinated with the top 40 world of things, and just kind of trying to examine it and figure it out and see how they do their thing, because it was just something that we had never really looked at before. And so I think that was probably our inspiration. I don't think there was any specific artist. There were still, I mean, we still stuck to our artists that are totally not electronic or whatever for like melodical inspiration or chord changes or whatever. But yeah, I think it was just an attempt at, you know, kind of trying out the top 40 sound and doing the electronic thing and seeing how our music would translate when it was dressed that way.
Yeah. And I mean, you hear a lot of bands saying that they do an album and then they do another album and they sound very different, and fans can either freak out or they love it. So what was the fan reaction from you guys just going in a different direction?
It was good. It was really good. It was a lot better than what I expected.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, I mean, when it's your band, you really you put a lot of thought into everything that you do. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't sure, just because we were coming from a totally rock band kind of sound and going to an electronic thing. So I was a little hesitant, but once we put it out, I was totally comforted by the reaction of the fans, because we've kind of done it in a way where we've built a very grassroots fan base, a very diehard fan base. So, you know, unless we put out something crazy, ridiculous that sounded like thrash metal, I don't think they would.
I say you should go for it.
I mean, we might. I don't think they would leave us. I think they would try and understand and appreciate whatever it was that we put out.
I think it's great though. You took a risk and your fans loved it, and it clearly paid off. And according to your Wikipedia page, you guys are working on a third album already. Can that be confirmed?
That is, yes, I can confirm that. It's just about wrapped up.
Oh wow. Okay, so how's the writing and recording process going so far? I didn't know it was so close to being done.
The writing is done. The recording is all done. We just have a couple songs to finish vocals on. It just, we gave ourselves a time constraint this time. So we gave ourselves a little over 2 weeks to write the record.
That's intense.
Which was really stressful, but also, you know, it's only 2 weeks. But we wanted to see what would come out of that. We've never put ourselves into that kind of a situation where we've been on such a tight time constraint, and I think it kind of brought something out of us that wouldn't have normally been written. So we did that, and then we gave ourselves about a month to record the record. So and we just didn't quite get the record finished, but it's sounding amazing, and we'll finish it up after this tour.
Okay, sounds awesome. And how's it going to compare to Biography of Heartbreak, musically, lyrically?
It's going to be a lot different.
Okay, in what way? I'll try to get details.
In a way that we're kind of going back to the just the band feel, the where we started from. It's going to sound darker, I think. It's going to sound a little more mature, and I think it's just naturally. I mean, we're getting older. I think someone asked me about this record before, like what the influence was, and I don't think it was any. We didn't have enough time to really think about what the influences were. I think it was just us getting older, kind of directed the sound of the music. So I think people are gonna see that or hear that when the record comes out.
Speaking of when the record comes out, any time you want to release it? Is there a release date?
We want to do. We're hoping for summer. Okay. But that's not set in stone by any means. So don't take my word on that or anything like that.
Well,
but
cross my fingers it does.
Yeah. We'll shoot for summer. We'll see.
And I know you guys are a part of 8123, and you sort of refer to it as a community. I've heard you say in other interviews.
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
are very involved in that niche of music with the main, Nick Santino, Rocket to the Moon, that whole vibe. So how does that influence your sound? Do you find any inspiration from those other bands, or what is it like being around them? No?
No way.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's really that the influence question is very hard because I don't think I ever have pinpointed any specific band or record that has influenced what I'm doing or any of us in the band. I think but I would like to think that any experiences in life, interactions, conversations, relationships, all kind of influence, and then you become a product of that. So I'd like to think that our friends in 8123 influence us in some way.
So I guess influenced by real life, to put it generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, what has been the highlight of your career so far? You guys have done a lot over the past few years, so what has been the number one for you?
This interview.
I am so happy to hear that right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yes! Thank you. And you guys are on tour right now with We the Kings. What is coming up right after this that your fans can look forward to?
Like I said before, we're going to finish the record and then just working on putting together more touring plans.
All right.
For this summer.
Are you thinking international, or are you going to stay in the United
Always
States?
International. We're always thinking international. We've got stuff that goes on in the Philippines. We've been there 4 times, I think, now. So we're always, trying to figure out when we're going to go back there next, and hopefully, some 8123 stuff in other countries that have not been toured.
Yeah, because I know you did the 8123 tour, so I guess there's going to be more of that kind of stuff.
That's kind of what it's. Yeah, I mean, all of us bands have kind of been discussing that, and that's the goal. It's just a matter of aligning our schedules or finding a time when they'll work together.
Awesome. Sounds good. Looking forward to that. And social media is such an important part of being a band, I feel like, these days. So anybody who wants to follow you guys on Twitter, Facebook, find your music online?
Twitter is @ThisCentury. Instagram is @ThisCentury, I think. I'm not very good at this.
Google it.
Facebook is facebook.com/ThisCenturyBand.
Okay.
And those are really the only ones that matter. Really.
Okay. Well, personal Twitter, you have one you want to give a shout out to? Or
This Century Joel.
All right.
It's just my name after our band.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out. It has been awesome, and I'm glad this was the highlight of your career.
Thank you.
There it is. Everybody watching, make sure you check out This Century Biography of Heartbreaks on iTunes now. New album coming soon. And subscribe for more interviews. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.